All right, first chance I've had to see the stats here, but we'll go without stats. So, well, first of all, I'm couldn't be more thrilled and prouder of a team than I was tonight. You know, we played so well for a good portion of that game, and then lost that big lead. But to kind of come back and then make the plays down the stretch the way we did actually shows a lot of character. And I'm just really proud of our team. You know, they executed when we needed to, and that's a good win. You know, the Matthew Knight hasn't, for us, hasn't been that loud in the last couple of years. So this is a big win for our program. And, you know, Baylor's a great team. They're going to have an amazing season. And first of all, I do wish their player, Fauntleroy, got hurt. And I praying that it's nothing too serious, but just a great win.
His last shot, was that supposed to go to her, or was it ad-libbed?
Yeah, ad-libbed. I think in that moment we were trying to get it into Deja's hand. You know, she's kind of made for these kind of moments, and you know, they did a nice job with it, and she was unselfish enough to give it up to Elisa. And I think there was so much attention on you know, Deja in that instance. There was an open driving lane, so Elisa. She's a heck of a player, man. She's a heck of a player, and I was really happy she made that last play. But no, I'd like to sit here and say, oh yeah, that's the way we drew it up, but not the case. She made that on her own.
What were you maybe most proud of? What were the things you were thinking of that really stood out about this particular one?
Well, you know, we've got a new team. You know, we've got a brand new team, and you know, with that is you know, you have some growing pains. We turned it over a little bit too much tonight, and you know, we weren't perfect, but, you know, to just kind of gut it out. You know, we've kind of talked to them all year about, hey, we can be a really great team. But until you see it, until you get a win like this, you may not believe it. And so now we've, you know, they've got that now in the back of their heads. And on the first Big Ten Network game, pretty cool.
First win over a ranked opponent since February 2023. Safe to say Oregon women's basketball is back. Does it feel back like it was?
Well, we won tonight. You know, we got a long way to go before we can say that. But to get there, you have to have big wins like this. So, yeah, and what a great crowd. I mean, they were really into it. You know, late in that game, there were times when that sound had some feel to it, and that was pretty neat, and that helped us. So we got to keep getting, you know, this kind of support. It was great to see the students out tonight too.
It felt like Alexis really in the second quarter kind of started everything for you guys. What did her presence mean for you tonight? Yeah, well,
Lexi's a you know, heck of a player, and she produces. You know, she can score. She hit a three. She can get to the rim. She does a lot well, and yeah, there for a while she kind of carried us and kept us in the game, and yeah, I think you saw how versatile she is too. You know, can play inside and outside.
You already talked about this a little bit, but what does it mean to you that this team can kind of recover from going down off a run? It's like a bounce back ability that maybe wasn't there. What does that mean in terms of mentality?
Yeah, well, just showed late in the game. I mean, we just talked about we just need one stop, and there for about 6 or 7 possessions we couldn't get any, and you know, and then that kind of, and we got a little bit casual with the ball a couple of times. I mean, these guys really get after you, and I thought we at times kind of forgot that, hey, these guys are, you know, they're aggressive, and we gave them some extra possessions. But yeah, I just, again, I think that shows great character late in the game when, you know, you kind of give up a lead like that. The momentum is completely on their side, and then we just made a couple of stops when we really needed to. You know, Philly, I thought was really big, and she got a very important rebound late in that game. You know, she's still 70%, if that, and to see her kind of come up and be on the floor when we needed it was great to see.
The defensive intensity in the first half in particular, how do you feel like your team got up for this matchup?
I thought we were ready to play, and you could see it. I thought defensively we had a pretty good game. You know, those guys attacked the basket, and we, you know, listen, we let down at times. We weren't perfect, but for the most part, I thought defensively played a really solid game and did a nice job on their center. You know, she wasn't a huge factor. I think she made a couple maybe late, but I thought we did a nice job on Nettie inside. She's a heck of a player.
What about Nani's contributions coming off the bench? That third quarter, it was probably big for her personally.
Yeah, huge. I mean, Nani, you know, we knew she could do that, and I was joking with her, because Kingsley's playing for the Chiefs, and they won at the end against my Broncos. I just don't know how they keep winning, but I told her tonight, I said, bring some of that same kind of magic to us, and she did. It was just, I don't think I've ever pumped my fist so hard as when she hit that three in the corner, because I know how hard she's wanted this, and the first couple games haven't really gone her way, but when we needed her most, she stepped up big.
Team like Baylor, who you played last year and returned so much production, how does that help in terms of your game planning and prep to get ready for this one tonight?
Well, we didn't use last year's game at all. I didn't even look at it. We have a completely different team, even though they're similar. They have a lot of their players back. It was part of our highlight, synergy, a few of our possessions from that game, but I didn't refer to that.
You had a speed mismatch with the front court. Like it felt like Lexi especially could get past their forwards, and even Amina too.
Well, yeah, we felt like that, but we've got to. I think inside we've just got to get a little bit tougher and get some easier baskets from our inside players. But I don't know. The Bugs is pretty athletic. I'm not sure we had an advantage at the 4 spot. Necessarily.
Over here, Deja at the end and kind of the group huddle talking to the team about how we need to build off this, basically not saying let's not just live in this moment, let's continue off it. What does that mean for you as a coach to hear a player like that just not, again, letting the moment overtake everything and like saying, hey, let's take this to the next level?
Yeah, well, Deja's the whole package. She brings it every day in practice. She leads. She's always talking to the team. She's always taking the young guards that we have and mentoring them. And, she's used to playing in big games like this. So, that's one of the reasons we were really excited that she came here. But, we can't get lost in that. I was telling them in the locker room, hey, it's nice. Let's enjoy it tonight. But tomorrow we have one day to prep for a pretty good North Texas team coming in here on Tuesday morning. So this is like an NCAA where you play maybe an evening game, and 2 days later you get the breakfast bracket game.
You guys got the stop with 7 seconds, and then they didn't foul. Was there something that you guys did in terms of maybe they given them a look they weren't prepared for, or did you have an understanding?
Yeah, I don't know. We just tried to spread them out, and we got the ball in fairly easily. And then, we were expecting them to kind of swarm us and get a foul, but. My coaching staff did a nice job tonight. They were on point, and that was Jody, one of those that she just set up, spread the floor, and made it hard to guard.
I want to talk about Elise's. Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Just her passing. It felt like there were a couple key moments. I know she didn't score much, but there were a couple of assists that it felt like she was constantly making an impact.
Who was that?
Elisa.
Oh,
yeah. Her passing. It just felt like it was dynamite. Can you just talk a little bit about that, where that come from, and how much?
Well, she averaged 5.5 assists last year. I mean, she is a point guard by trade. She's kind of playing it off and on for us. But, yeah, she's got a great ability to pass. And she's crafty like those Europeans always are, A lot of those wraparound passes that she makes. She's just a really good player. And I don't think she's ever been on a stage like this. Well, maybe at the gold medal game. But that was half court, it was neat to see her kind of respond the way she did in this kind of a moment. So happy on her. I know I've got a couple student athletes that want to talk to you guys, but thanks a lot. See ya. I'll buy the coffee if you come on Tuesday morning. All right.